An organization is moving its on-premises resources to the cloud. Source code will be moved to code commit, and code build will be used for compiling the source code using Apache Maven as a build tool. The organization wants the build environment to allow for scaling and running builds in parallel. Scaling because many devs are working on the same app, or they want CI/CD, right? That's why you want to scale, run in parallel. Okay, which of the following options should the organization choose for their requirement? Run code build in an auto-scaling group. Choose a high-performance instance type for your code build instances. Code build scales automatically. The organization does not have to do anything for scaling or for parallel builds. Enable code build auto-scaling. Code build scales automatically. The organization does not have to do anything for scaling or for parallel builds. That's easy. Okay. A company uses RDS as its database. For improved user experience, it has been decided that a highly reliable, fully managed caching layer has to be configured in front of a RDS. Which of the following is the right choice, keeping in mind that cache content regeneration is a costly activity? Implement Elasticache Memcached. Implement Elasticache Redis in cluster mode. Install Redis on an EC2 instance. Migrate to the DB2 Redshift. Implement Elasticache Redis in cluster mode. One with cluster mode to enhance with a little change to cluster mode comes with a force answers with almost zero. And okay, I'll talk about the cost, but okay. The application, an application runs on an EC2 instance and processes orders on a nightly basis. The EC2 instance needs to access the orders that are stored in S3. How would you recommend the EC2 instance access the orders securely? Use EC3 user data. I don't know what EC3 user data is. Okay. Maybe that's supposed to be EC2. Create an IAM programmatic user and store the access key and secret access key on the EC2 AWS credentials file. Create an S3 bucket policy that authorizes public access. Use an IAM role. Use an IAM role. IAM roles have been incorporated so that it can securely make a from without requiring you to manage the security. Yeah. A large firm stores its static data assets on S3 buckets. Each service line of the firm has its own AWS account. For a business use case, the finance department needs to give access to their S3's bucket to the human resources. Which of the below options is not feasible for cross-account access of S3 bucket objects? Use cross-account IAM roles for programmatic and console access to S3 bucket objects. Use IAM roles and resource-based policies delegate access across accounts within different partitions via programmatic access only. Use resource-based policies and IAM policies for programmatically only access to S3 bucket objects. Use ACL and IAM policies for programmatic only access to S3 bucket objects. Use IAM roles and resource-based policies. Delegate access across accounts within different partitions via programmatic access only. Okay, so it says IAM roles and resource-based policies delegate access across accounts only within a single partition. So that's the problem with that. A multinational company has just moved to AWS Cloud, and it has configured forecast-based AWS budget alerts for cost management. However, no alerts have been received, even though the app account and the budgets have been created almost 3 weeks ago. What could be the issue with the AWS budget configuration? AWS requires about 5 weeks of usage data to generate budget forecasts. CloudWatch could be down and hence alerts are not being sent. Account has to be part of AWS organizations to receive AWS budget alerts. Budget forecasts has been created from an account that doesn't have enough privileges. AWS requires approximately 5 weeks of usage data to generate budget forecasts. All right, one more. You are a developer in a manufacturing company that has several servers on site. The company decides to move new development to the cloud using serverless technology. You decide to use the AWS SAM and work with an AWS SAM template file to represent your serverless architecture. Which of the following is not a valid serverless resource type? Okay, API function, user pool, simple table. Okay. User pool, okay. So football, it provides shorthand syntax expression. You can define the, yeah. Okay.